Hi, I'm Anupam. Today I'm going to talk about how to deal with difficult people in office. I think this is the single most problem faced by people in corporate life. Every one of us who's worked in offices has, one time or the other faced this problem. People cannot let go of things spoken to them. Someone will say something to you, it'll keep ringing in your head for days, right? And so one aspect of it is at a personal level, right? How it affects you mentally. The other side of it is practically how do you operate in office. So I'm going to talk at both levels. Let's first talk about practical things you can do in office when you are faced with that situation, right? So a lot of times when these arguments happen or these escalations happen, people are not objectively looking at problems, right? A lot of the times I've personally seen that the key is just getting to the problem, right? Most of the time people are on the periphery just talking about symptoms and just arguing over that, right? And so here you can practically use things like cognitive methods, right? Wherein as you probably know, when people are in fight or flight, the blood flow to the logical part of the brain actually reduces, and so you just need to activate those circuits. So start asking them detailed questions. Look at the problem more objectively. Okay, fine, you've come with the problem, tell me the details. Like, keep digging, asking the right questions. You will soon start seeing engagement from the other person, and you'll also start getting to the bottom of the problem, right? And I would say 99% of the times the solution is sitting right next to the problem, right? So once you've reached that point, now you've de-escalated things, and you can find the solution to the problem more easily, right? Also at on your side, practically, let's say if the other person getting very aggressive, it's very important for you not to kind of get into the sway of things, if you will, right? Be very present. One of the techniques sometimes I use is, if I am also getting a little emotional and getting into the heat of the argument, I tap myself. So it's easy to do that in a meeting. Like, you're sitting below a table, you can just tap your hand like this, or tap your elbow, any part of the body. It brings your awareness back to the body, right? And so it's all about awareness. If you're too much into your thoughts and just kind of getting into the heat of the argument, just a simple tapping would bring you back to your body. It's also used in some mindfulness techniques, so it comes from there. So you're able to stay more present and more objective and actually listen, and get to a middle ground, right? So those are sort of the practical techniques that you can use. Now on your personal level, right, you need to have a certain level of detachment from office. It's probably controversial, I'm saying that, because all we're fed in corporate life is be very passionate, be very attached to the job, right? I have a very different take on things. I feel it's very important to have a certain level of detachment with the job. A good analogy here is, if you're a good surgeon and you're faced with the surgery of a family member, your hands will probably shake, right? Yes, because you're so attached to the patient, right? So in order to be very efficient and skillful, you need to have that level of detachment so you can think logically and execute, right? And so keep that at the back of mind, right? Ultimately, you need to have a life outside of your office as well, like. And also you need to have certain boundaries in terms of when the day finishes, disconnect from office. Don't keep thinking about it, right? Have a routine, right? Things like meditation, for example, or exercise, or whatever makes you happy, playing a piano, uh, whatever feeds your soul. You need to have a certain routine outside of office, right? So to help you kind of detach from it. And yeah, those were sort of the techniques, again, on practical and personal level. Hopefully it'll help you. It has helped me over the years. And so I wish this video is helpful. Thank you.